Hello everybody, Wild Trekker here, and welcome to a new series here on the channel. Yes, we're playing some PlanetBase. I've been keeping an eye on this game for a little while. It was launched in October, it was on beta before that, and yeah, it looks really good, and I've enjoyed watching a few people play it, so I thought I'd have a go myself and do a let's play. So we're going to start a new game. I've done a couple of practice runs. Died a few times. I've got a current game going at the moment where I've reached expansion, and I'm kind of like, yeah, okay, I think it's time to do this properly. So we're going to start on this planet here. We can't get the other ones anyway, so that's no good. So let's name this. So we'll call it Trekker Base A for Alpha. There we go, Trekker Base A. Now, do we want to choose a location? Does it really matter? There's sort of really random stuff. I think you can get the coordinates. So these coordinates down the bottom are like 27108. I think there are people posting some where they're supposedly good coordinates or not so good coordinates, but I think the conditions are all the same wherever. Let's have a look. Does that look good over there? I have no idea. Let's put it there. So we'll start game. So yeah, this is basically a survival strategy game for those who've not seen it. The idea is to be able to first of all survive and then build a colony. So that's what we're going to do. We start off with, I think it's 7 people and a couple of bots, and obviously our landing craft, so that's good. We've got a bit of space around us which we're going to need. And I've got to try and work out and remember which bits we're going to actually need first. So this is our landing crew. This is who we get to start off with. We get a couple of medics, or we get a medic, biologist, and all that sort of thing. So we'll go through those as we do it. So here's the game started. So we've got here, yeah, so these are workers in blue. The green ones are biologists. This one here is an engineer, and then we have a medic over there and a couple of bots. So we've got a construction bot and a carrier bot. So the first thing we need to do, let's just have a look around. We haven't got great space around us, though we've got a bit more space down there and going off around that way as well. So yeah, a bit of a mixed area really. Could have done with a bit more flatter area, but we haven't. So let's just start things off. There's a couple of important things we need. First of all, we need an oxygen generator. If we don't have oxygen, we can't do anything. So let's just build this here. There we go. And we're also going to build ourselves an airlock, because without an airlock you can't get in. And invalid location. Did I not have that right? Let's have a look. No, it's got to be green. It's got to be connecting. Didn't like that. Why isn't it like that over there? Is it too close to the spaceship? Is that what it is? And that noise you can hear is meteors. So we have meteors that land on the planet as well and destroy things, which is no good. Right, so that's the internal structures. No, I don't want that. Externals construction. We need power. Got to have a solar panel, so let's build that over here, and we're going to go for a larger one. No, we're going to do it there. No, we're going to put it over this side here, aren't we? So some of these are external, so this one just connects to it, and that basically means it's connected and you get the power from it. The internal ones have to link via a portway, so the idea is once you're in the airlock you can walk around and do anything. So the other thing we need to do is build ourselves some power storage, and again we're going to go for a slightly bigger one here. Let's put that, can't put it over here, can we? Yeah, we can do it that side. Let's do it there, and again link those two together. And then once they're built, water, that's the other thing we need, isn't it? Because we can't survive without water either. So let's put a water extractor in there. No, let's recycle that one, a slightly larger one. Yep, out of water. That's okay. That's not a problem. Let's do this again. So let's just move around. Oh, turn the other way. There we go. Still getting used to the controls. So we can put that there. Connect those two. Excellent. We should have water. And they're okay at the moment because they're in their spacesuits, but they soon won't be. So we need some more internal structures. We need to have somewhere for them to eat. And we're just going to put a small one of these at the moment because we've really got to watch resources at the beginning. This is a very fine balancing act. Don't want that one, I want internal. And then we need the beds, so a dorm. So again, it's just a small dorm, somewhere for them to sleep. Okay, so they're the basic items we want at the moment. So we're going to let those build those sort of bits and pieces, and we can start putting some stuff inside it then as well. So and then we can start building hint colony ship. Yes, we can take the colony ship down as well. So that's the other thing. Oh right, water storage I'll need. Water storage. So again, we'll go over here. We'll put a slightly bigger one at those. Put it there. And evidently, I've not done it in this update, but yeah, we can now prioritize building structures. Up until last week, you couldn't. It would decide which order it wanted to build these, and it might be the closest to where the workers are, closest to where the stuff is. But now it will prioritize if you want it to, which is good for later on, because when we've got 3 or 4 structures on the go, you kind of different ones get more of a priority than others. So yeah, that's good. Okay, so it says priority ship. So in the ship we've got all this stuff, but we can then recycle it and it gives us even more stuff. So if we look at the control panel up here, we've got 7 people. It shows us a wind, and then it shows us what actual resources we get. Now the other thing I want to do is build a wind turbine, because that'll be useful at night. So we can put that there, and again we'll recycle because I want a slightly larger one. I have to keep remembering to do this, and that can go there. And link the 2. Very good. Okay, so we're starting getting things built. So we've got a canteen here. Let's take the roof off. We've got this option to have no domes, which they're really there, it just helps us see inside. Now when we click on it, we can now put stuff inside here. So we're going to put some table and chairs. We need some water because they will want to drink, so I'll have a couple of those. And then we want some meal makers ready, because that's going to be vital. And a little bit of entertainment. See if we can get it on the wall there. There we go, Planet News. And the next thing is, so that's okay there. I'm not going to put the rest of the things in there. We need some beds. There's 7 of them. They don't all need to sleep at once. So, and if I hold shift down while I click on here, so we're going to give them 3 bunks. So that's 6 people sleeping, but I say at the moment they don't all need to sleep at the same time. So that's perfectly alright. Now let's have a look at some of our grids and information. So we've got some info up here, shows us what our prestige and status is, shows what kind of people we got, what resources we've got, various stats. The grid is quite good because it shows us how we're doing for oxygen, water, power and that kind of thing, because that's quite a balancing act. But we can also click on each one and it tells us, so for example this one will tell us how much power we're using that's stored up. So hopefully with those bits we'll be alright for a bit, but a little bit later we will need to sort of do something on that, because we'll start using more power the more we actually look at it. So I think biodome next. I think that's the next thing we need to do. So the biodome is what we essentially get our food from, where we plant our food. Again, I think I'm going to build a slightly larger one, although we don't really need it fully yet. So I'm going to go up one just because we got the space and capacity then to put it in when we need to. So those are all being built. So we've got 30, 24, that's okay. And then the other thing we need to do, one more external structure, which is this one here. So this is a mine. So we've got the airlock over there. Yeah, again, this is going to be the closest to it, isn't it? So let's see if we can put it in. Goes green. There. That'll do. Click on it. Connect it. Good. Excellent. Okay. So it's not a bad little start at the moment. Yeah, so I think we'll let them build those little pieces. We've got our meal makers, we've got all the rest of it. I've got a little checklist here, I'm just trying to have a look now. Yeah, so that's all good. We need these bits built. And they're getting the resources. They're thirsty, but we've got some thirst in there now, so you guys can go in and have a drink if you want to. If you're thirsty, don't have to build this. This is the other thing as well we've got to be careful of when we do prioritize things, that we don't suddenly make them do jobs rather than sleep and drink and all that kind of stuff that you need to survive. So yeah, have to keep an eye on that. Just going to let them do their thing for the moment. I could speed it up a little bit. Let's just give a little bit of speed. And they're making the beds. That's good. A bunker's been built, so they're all going to go to sleep soon. They got the drinking fountains, and then hopefully a mine's going to be built next. And then we all should be good to get started with. Okay, biodome built. Right, slow it down. Let's put some stuff in here. No, it hasn't made the connection yet. So what are we waiting on the connection? We're just waiting for someone to come and build it. The mine's built. Alright, let's have a look at other structures then, while we're waiting for that connection. So we can't do the factory yet, but we can do a processing plant, because we've got the... Can we fit a processing plant in here? Be nice if we could. Doesn't look like it. Looks like that's too close there, so it's a bit of a shame. Where can we fit one in? That's a bit far away. We can't do that there because of those bits. Ideally want it over here, but tell you what we're going to do. We're going to put it there, and then we'll have room to put storage over there, I think. So which one are we on? We're on a small one, large one. We only need a small one for now. Don't need to waste resources. So that's good. This is built, so now we can put some bits and pieces in here. So let's get some food going. So we've got different types of food. Some of it is starchy, which are these. So they produce starch, and we need starch to be able to produce a bioplastic. And then we've got the other types, but we need a good selection, because if we don't have a good selection of food types, it's not good for them either. So I'll have some rice, have some wheat, and then we probably ought to get the medicinal pad going as well. So I'm not going to fill the whole place, because this is the other thing I did in my first world. I filled it all up. A, ran out of resources, but B, I then was producing too much food, or they're spending too much time on that, on other things. So that's good. Right, okay, so that is full, so we probably ought to build another one of these, because we are storing the power. Let's have a look. Collector unit. Can we start building one? Oh, we can. That's good. Excellent, because that means we can build into that area for all our bits and pieces, and then we can go off in the other direction for our housing and so on and so forth. So yeah, connection's been built. Excellent, that all looks good. So we've got this here. It's got no oxygen by the looks of it, but it's building up. So we need to put in here the ability to make the bioplastic and the ability to make metals. So that's good, and let's have a look at that now. So that's all been built. That's good. So the other thing is we need to do things like build a workshop and that, but we're probably going to get to the stage soon of yeah, I think we're probably getting visitors and building the colony, because we're going to need workers to work this stuff. So let's have a look now. Can we build a landing pad? So there we go, we've got a landing pad. Now can we get one in over here yet? Bet we can't, can we? I want a landing pad. It's after going to go over there. Well, I guess that's not too bad. It's not too far to walk, is it? Good, because it uses power, so it needs that. Power Power collection built. Excellent. I'm going to build the connection, so we'll be storing power. Power won't be an issue. This is probably full. It is. So that's excellent as well. We're only using... yeah, we're consuming 2.75. We're producing 5.49. So we know that's good. But again, that will change. And the oxygen generators only go so far as well. So this is going to be a concern. Now what we can do, and I've got to see which one it is now. F4, that's for the power. F5, oh, it's not built yet, that's why. So once it's done, we should be able to do landing permissions. And then we can decide whether we want to receive traders or visitors. Self-sufficiency reached, yay, milestones. So this is one of the things we've got. Where's the milestones? Milestones, there we go. So we've got survival, we've got self-sufficiency, and then once we get a first colonist, we'll reach expansion. We then got to get our prestige over 100, get a population of over 100, robotization, get over 10 bots, powermonger, got to generate a lot of power, build a monolith, get 8 techs, and then reach 300, which actually is quite difficult. Getting at 300 is going to take a little bit of time, but hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this series. If you've got any tips as well, please leave them in the comments, because I am a complete novice at this and a complete noob. I'm going to be making this as we go along. So we can now do landing permissions. So we don't want any visitors because we haven't got enough stuff for them, but we've got traders and got colonists, and we can actually work out here what we want in terms of stuff. So we've got 1 engineer, so we'll leave that there at the moment. We need more workers, probably biologists and engineers at 14% at the moment. Medics not so worried about. Guards are not worried about at the moment, so that can go to nothing. Perhaps build our engineers up there, so we'll leave that as that. Yeah, and then we'll see what we get in terms of colonists and that sort of thing. Right, workshops, that's what we needed next. Let's have a look. So sorry, factory, not workshop. So we've got a processing plant, we need a factory, still got to do a lab, still got to do a sick bay, still got to do storage. In fact, sick bay is going to go next. Good, we can fit it in there, because we do get the occasional injuries and that stops people working, and we don't want that. I don't think we got any be injured at the moment, so they all seem to be reasonably happy, which is good. So this one needs maintenance, but we've got the biologists. We're not going along too fast. They've got their food. We've got 16 meals, which is pretty good. And we've got a meteor landing. Wow. That was close. Yeah, I don't want too many of those at the moment. Later on we can cope with them, but not just yet, please. Okay? So it's yeah. Brilliant. Okay, so we need that medical bay, and then I think after that we'll then start building those other items that we've got. But we've only got 2 metals, you see, that's the problem here. Got enough bioplastic, but we've only got 2 metals. That's producing at the moment, but we don't have enough workers. This is the problem now. You've got a worker in there, a worker in there. We've only got 7 people. So yeah, so what I'm going to do, I think, with this series, I think there may well be a little bit of sort of hanging around. So what you might find is that during these bits where we sort of speed it up, if we're just literally waiting for the game to catch up, we'll probably just sort of cut through and merge into the next scene. Okay, we've got our first colonists. And what do we get? Expansion reached. Oh, we've got a few. So we've got a worker, we've got another worker, is it? Yeah, and possibly another worker in there. It looks like 3 workers, so good. And the sick bay is built, so that means we can go and add to that now. We need just a bed in there, and we're going to have 2 in here, I think, because that should be enough for now. If we need more later, we can do more, but they take a bioplastic each, so there we go. Excellent. And the ship is off. Bye. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for dropping off those guys. You're sleeping, so that's good. You're getting your sleep. The thing with the beds as well, so these are shared. I think it possibly says on here any two individuals can sleep. Now there is, I think, in the information, charts, stats, grid, don't know quite where it is, but there is, basically you can, in fact maybe it's on here, no, that's the sick bay, so maybe if we click on the dorm it'll tell us. Yeah, so interior structure that functions as main sleeping, it's you can't add anything else onto it, so it's a dead end. So basically that people are sharing this. Now if you want to have happier colonists, we got to build cabins where people have their own bed, so rather than sharing it, but that's much later on. I don't think we're really in a position yet to actually do that. So power's doing okay, water's doing okay. That's pretty good. Okay, what have we got here? We've got a trading ship. Okay, I'm not sure we're really in a position to trade, but let's see what he's got. Yeah, we don't really need any of that, to be perfectly honest, but thanks for dropping by. Do appreciate it. You can get some really cool stuff on here, and it's a really good way when you're in need of things like food. You can buy it. Whoa, that nearly got it. That's so close. Yeah, you can buy food and that sort of thing, so but let's get one more thing. Internal structures. Let's get ourselves some storage. Now, can I fit that in here? Probably not, because all that storage is still there. Probably could put it over on here. So let's do that, because it's next to the processing plant. We don't need it to be too large at the moment. It does mean they have to bring all that around, but then once it's built, people will then start putting stuff in there, so that's really cool. Brilliant. Okay, so that's working nicely. We've not had any sandstorms yet, or solar flares or anything like that, which is good because that can cause damage. And we've got another new day on here, so I think that's probably a good point to finish this first episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Do leave me a like so I know that you are. That'll be really cool. And join me on the next episode. See if we can get past the next sort of phase, which is going to be taking people in and balancing the food, balancing the spares, because as these progress they need repairing and fixing, and it could all just fall apart at the seams. Trust me, it's happened. So come and join me on the next episode. Thanks for watching. My name's Trekker. Bye for now. Bye bye.